Good morning, you. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday morning. Just appreciate you tuning in every week. I know we've been following that Bible reading plan pretty much every week, picking verses from there, but I'm sure a lot of you have finished it by now, or some of you have kind of forgotten about it. But just to kind of take a bit of a break again from this, I had something kind of come up in my week, and I just really, when I was reading my Bible, it was just something that really illuminated to me. And I shared something very similar in a thought on our Friday night chat, but for those of you who couldn't join us, I really hope you guys receive this message well. And I was reminded of this story in the Bible back when the disciples were kind of parted and Jesus were appearing to them back and forth before he ascended. And one of those incidences actually happens in John chapter 21, sorry. And so basically what was going on at the time is Jesus was kind of showing up to the disciples, giving them some one-off lessons, and then kind of going off again and doing his own thing. And so the disciples were still kind of lost, essentially. They didn't really know what they were doing, but this incident that really kind of stuck out to me was when they all decided to go fishing. So basically these disciples, they go out in their boat and they're fishing all night. And, all these disciples said, we're going to go fishing. And then the others said, we will go with you. And they went out in their boat, but they did not catch anything that night. They were out there the whole night, because we find this because we see in the next line, again, we're looking at John chapter 21, verses 5, 6 to 8. And the others said, we will go with you. And then they went out in their boat, but they didn't catch anything that whole night. So early the next morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples didn't recognize it was him. Jesus shouted, friends, have you caught anything? No, they answered. I don't know if you've ever had, either it's been a sibling, might have been a teacher, or your parents or something like mom comes in, did you do the laundry? No. Kate will come in sometimes and be like, did you wipe the counters down? No. It's we're either very frustrated because we're getting to it, it's on our list, or we're kind of like, no, it's kind of shameful. We don't know, but the thing is, when in this version of the Bible that I'm reading, it says no, exclamation point. So I like to feel that they're kind of cheesed, that there's some random person, because they don't recognize that it's Jesus, is screaming out from the shore saying, hey, have you caught anything yet? My gosh, would that not frustrate you? It would frustrate me. But anyways, so then he told them, let your net down on the other side of the boat. Are you kidding me? They haven't caught anything on the one side of the boat. What's the other side of the boat gonna do? I can just imagine kind of the thoughts piling up in their head. I don't know if you've been shown something one way your whole life, and then somebody comes in and instantly shows that little tweak, that little difference, and then it makes the job so much easier. When I used to work in construction, my biggest claim to fame is I used to send apprentices for fake tools. I thought this was the funniest thing ever. I had a guy that was working with me, Gord. We've had a few stories about Gord before, but one of the funniest incidences that I had with Gord was one day I had sent him for blinker fluid. Now, I know some of you are getting your licenses and you don't know yet, so maybe go ask your dad what blinker fluid is. No, don't actually do that. But I was getting really frustrated with Gord because we're trying to get a job done and he was kind of goofing around, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Gord! I was like, have you checked the truck's fluids? He's like, well, yeah, I checked the truck's fluids. I was like, yeah? Did you see our blinker fluid's low? And he's like, what do you mean, blinker fluid? And I was like, Gord, you've worked here for 10 years and you don't know what blinker fluid is? And Gord's like, well, I was like, go in the back, get blinker fluid. See, that's the thing. You use your authority, kind of like Jesus did. Throw it on the other side of the boat. And Gord ran off into the back and looked for the blinker fluid. The funny thing is, about 20 minutes later, their truck's all strapped up, we're ready to go. And my boss is just like, why haven't you guys left yet? We're like, we're on a schedule here. Get going. And 20 minutes later, I'm not even kidding, I told my boss what happened, and he kind of rolled his eyes. He's like, Matt, really? You really sent Gord in the back for blinker fluid? And so then Gord hobbles back over, and I was like, so did you find it? He's like, no, I couldn't find any. So I asked Marty. Marty was our mechanic at the time. And Marty's like, come on, Gord, do you even know what blinker fluid you want? He's asking if you want halogen or LED. And we both just erupted with laughter. So for those of you who don't understand, there's no such thing as blinker fluid, and two, it's just a different type of light bulb. So I was like, come on, Gord, we gotta get in the truck, we gotta go. we all still laugh at that joke to this day with Gord, but I bet you the disciples were kind of killing themselves laughing when they realized, because it says in this next line, they did, and the net was so full of fish that they could not drag it up to the boat. Like, could you imagine just something so little, so simple, right? Because the thing is, even though I sent Gordon the back for blinker fluid, right? He still laughs about this today because he tells me it's like, it was tough working in those situations, but that little joke that I had made with him, that little bit of fun that we had together, it didn't make our jobs necessarily easier. It didn't seem realistic, like, you know, like throwing a net on the other side of the boat, but still, it was something that just changed the day, that little instant. And I gotta ask you this question, guys. Like, what's that one thing that could change in your day, that could make something so much easier, so much better for you? It's that prayer. Just taking that moment, even if you don't get a chance to open your Bible that day, you've been busy, whether you wake up first thing in the morning and you go put your head to sleep at night, Jesus was kind of showing these guys in a very, very convoluted way that it's just the little tweaks in life, the little simplistic changes, and that guidance from Jesus himself can make our day so much better. Because I could have gotten frustrated at Gord and just been like yelling at him and saying, hey, get on the truck, get this thing strapped, blah blah blah. Instead, I decided to turn around and have a bit of fun with him, right? So like I said, we made a memory that day. Like, much like these disciples, they were probably like, obviously that memory was so amazing they put it in the book, for goodness sakes. But at the same time, it was that little tweak in the day. It's how you look at the situation and how you approach it. But all I want to encourage you guys today is just take a moment and pray. Just say, hey God, how can I make my day better? How can you make my day better? And you'll see your attitude sometimes for the whole day can change. It's just that little thing. Throwing that net on the other side of the boat. Changing your perspective can make it so much better. So that's just my rant for this morning, my little encouragement to you guys. Kind of a thing that we're starting to do either every week or every other week, depending on our leader's schedule, is we're making little clips on how to get to know our leaders. So this week we have Jared. He's a leader that's joined us just this year. Obviously we haven't gotten a chance to get to know him that well, considering we're kind of offline, online. But Jared's been getting to edit the kids' videos for us online as well. He's really still helping out the church, but it'd be cool if you got to know him a little better. So he's prepared a little clip that we're just going to throw in this next segment. But after that, I just want to say bless you guys for the rest of the week, and that this week on our mail out, we're going to have our registration open for our 26th meetup. So be sure to check that out. But I'm going to pass it off to Jared and stop rambling right now. You guys have a fantastic morning.
Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of getting to know your leader. For those of you who don't know, my name is Alex, and this week we'll be hearing from Jared. So let's see what Jared has to say.
Hey guys. Hi. What do you want? I was just checking to see if you had that video done for Alex. Yeah, I'm working on it right now actually, so I'm gonna head back to... Oh, you are? Can I sit in? Sure. Come on in. Anyways, hey guys. I'm Jared. I'm one of your youth leaders. You might not recognize me because A, I haven't been online lately. 2, not wearing a mask, and D, no facial hair. As if they noticed the 6 greasy hairs that were on the top of your lip in the first place. Look, Wyatt, if you're gonna be in here, I need you to just not talk, okay? I don't need you in here giving me a hard time and interrupting my video. I was just trying to help. Yeah, okay, well, I don't need your help, alright? I got this. Okay? So can you just sign? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Anyways, this week Alex has asked me if I can share something about myself. And he's also specially requested that I show you guys some of the collection I have in my room. So one of the things you guys might not know about me is that I'm a big collector. I like to collect things from the things that I like. One of those things being Lego. So let's start off with that. So up here, starting on my top shelf, we have some Lego buildings. Right here, this one here is custom made. We have some mech suits up here. There's Spider-Man. Right here, we got some sports cars, different kinds. Right here is a little area I have as like a park kind of set up. Then we move on over here to my windowsill, and we have a bunch of different vehicles again, ending with a train there on the end. Also throughout my room, there are various different Lego Star Wars things around. We have some X-Wings down here, as well as a 40-year anniversary train. Oh cool, a 21-year-old man who plays with Legos. Hey, what did I say? Just leave me alone, okay? Strike 2. One more, you're gone. Anyways, moving on, another big thing I like to collect is Star Wars memorabilia. This shelf right here is dedicated only to Boba Fett, but we also got this shelf up here, and all that stuff up there. I'm also a big Marvel fan too, and you can definitely see there's a bit of bias for Spider-Man. And we just don't have much more time, so let's get these last few shelves in real quick. Starting down here is where I keep all my plush and various little figures from those. And then right here is my special edition Star Wars Xbox 360. Moving on over here, we have a shelf dedicated to Halo and Destiny. That's where I keep all my games. This is my Legend of Zelda and Rubik's Cube shelf. And then we got a Master Sword here and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber right there. Great. Now the youth group knows all the little toys that you play with. Out. Out. You're out. Go on. I'm sorry. Out. I'm sorry. You're gone. Don't come back. Come on. Okay. I'm going. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, that wraps up my little collection tour here. If you guys ever have any questions about anything that's here, just feel free to ask. And yeah, that's it.